Welcome back to the Way of Truth Tarot. My name is Mandy. For those of you who are just joining me, and for those of you coming back, great to see you again. Love that you're here. I know I can't physically see you, but I can feel you, and your support is like next level for me. So, thank you. Okie dokie. So, what inspired this reading was a short that I just posted where I ask, will Delphi, will Abby and Libby, and Rick Allen actually see some sort of the truth coming out, and so that they can get justice. And what it divulged inspired me to turn it from a micro reading to a deep dive reading. So that's what we're doing today. This wasn't planned. This was like spur of the moment. I wanted to just film a YouTube short, and that's what came to mind. So I'm feeling like, in the last few days, I've been kind of like feeling stuck as to like what video I wanted to do next for this channel. So yeah, I feel that like Spirit heeded my call and was like, okay, this is what you should focus on now regarding Delphi. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trusting in the process. Today, I will be using Whispers, but in mini version. Tiny little cute things, which is really convenient because I can just pull from this bag and Bob's your uncle. Also going to be using my tokens. Trusty tokens. Going to be using Missing Variables deck. I keep forgetting that I have this sometimes. And I'm going to be using it alongside the 8-sided die. I got a new true crime deck, and I want to do a shout out to my girl Trisha from the Modern Goddess Co. So funny, I have 2 Co's in my life, the Reckoning Co. and the Modern Goddess Co. So that's kind of cool. So she created this beautiful deck. I mean, it's simple. It's short and it's sweet, but I like that because when we tap into these true crime energies, man, we get hit with like so many different facets of what people are feeling and their experiences and their delusions, and it's all quite overwhelming. So I love how these are simple because it's concise. And it doesn't, it keeps the process simple. So, this is going to be my first true crime reading that I'm doing on my channel with this deck. And this is an example of some of the cards. So, gloves, and these words are conceal, protect, and latent. False alibi, excuse, justification, and defense. Stalker, lurking, social media, and surveillance. What I also like about this is that they're big. So I am going to be able to fit a bunch of minis on this card without covering the words. So essentially how I'm going to do this reading is like I'm going to pull maybe 4 of these and I'm going to set it up kind of like a map. And then the minis are going to go on top, and the tarot is going to add more information to the minis and where its association on the map, so to speak. So that is my thought process for this. All right, let's put these cards back. I was just showing you for an example, so you can get an idea of what they look like, and let's get started. I've already said my attunement prayer, and I'm going to shuffle this deck for you. And I'm actually going to do it all for all of the decks before we start. It's a very long deck. It's hard for me to shuffle it the way I normally do. But I love how the largeness of it. I really like it. Shuffle missing variables. I'll put this off to the side. So I wanted to suggest to you guys a little exercise you can do that will, number one, strengthen your own intuition and everything. So at the beginning of my readings, I want you, maybe 5 minutes into them, I want you to pause it. And I want you to close your eyes and quiet your mind and just lean into the energy, and in your, grab a little piece of paper, and in your mind, kind of start to predict what direction you think this reading is going to go into. And it's important to do this at the beginning so you're going into it blind, because that's the whole point, right? It's like a little exercise. And so I was just I would really love to hear what your guys' experiences are doing this. It's gonna probably take a few videos to get into the groove of it, but I would really, if you're watching and you resonate with this little exercise, I want you to put a purple or indigo colored heart in the comments section. That will let me know that you like this and that you're gonna do it. And I would love, also put the timestamp that you do it, that you pause it and do it, and put that beside the heart. And then that will let me know what time that where in the video you stopped it and connected. And just, comment what your predictions were. And honestly, you do this, you may not get it right the first couple tries. That is totally okay. But have faith and give yourself some time, especially if you've never done something like this before, right? It takes some practice. But I would just love, to be on this journey with you. Okay, so I think this is shuffled enough. And tarot. And would you guys be interested if I started a weekly Zoom think tank session? So you would email me letting me know that you want to be a part of it, and then I would email you the Zoom link, and that we all meet up and we brainstorm together. Would anybody be interested in doing that? Let me know. If you're interested in that, put a black heart in the comment section. Or you can feel free to email me directly saying that you want to do this. Even if it's a couple of you, I'll still do it. Okay, let's get started. Judgment flew out. Spirit has spoke. And then we have the Page of Cups in reverse. This is about doubting your intuition. Isn't that interesting after what I was just saying? Neglecting your intuition. Okay. So this is not like, I haven't even asked a question yet. What this is saying is it is giving us a little hint into the direction of this video. Reading, I should say. So the Page of Cups in reverse and Judgment. I'm going to put these back in the deck so I can work with a full deck when we ask questions. So, give this a shuffle. All right, so let's pull the True Crime Oracle and we create our map. I'll have to set these over here because we need room. Okay. Give me 4 cards. Thank you. Thank you. We've got 2 to help create our map. Thank you. 1 more to create our map. Okay, thank you very much. So 2 came out, 2 are face down. So the 2 that are face down, one's in reverse and one's upright, just like this, but we can't see it. So these are hidden aspects. These are obvious ones. So let's read these first. We've got stakeout, which is surveillance, observation, and watch in reverse. And then we have hidden assets, lies, secret bank account, and wealth, upright. So what is obvious is that the people that are wealthy have protection and they have no eyes on them because of this. That is pretty much obvious. Like everybody is on board with that. Let's look at what is hidden. I'll start with the upright one. Masked criminal. Mask, concealment, and identity. Okay, and then we'll get, so we got buried deep, but it was in reverse. Bones, remains, and a body, but it was in reverse. Okay. So the burial deep, I'm feeling like this is implying that those 2 girls weren't the only ones. Yeah. But these other instances happened so long ago that they're like, or at least the people who are responsible, they don't feel like they'll ever get caught for it. Which, you know what, like, that level of arrogance is always what is their demise in the end. Allegedly. Okay. So, everything said in this reading is all alleged, in my opinion, based on the energy of the cards, not facts. Okay. So, the main question of this reading is, will there ever be justice? And what I mean by justice, because I do not believe justice has been served, quite the contrary, I believe that they have just created more victims. No justice, just more victims. I really pray that Rick Allen fucking holds on, because it would just be terrible if he ends his own life because he's broken. He's been pushed to the breaking point. And oh my God, I really hope that doesn't happen. And that's what I worry. And I think that that's what they're trying to do. Anyway, I hate that. So that's the main question. Will there ever be justice for everybody involved that deserves justice, i.e. the victims? Libby, Abby, Rick Allen's family, Rick Allen himself. And obviously Libby's family and Abby's family. So, okay. Let's pull some tarot about the map. This is the map. Just want to make sure you guys can see this. Perfect. Okay. All right, tarot, give me a few cards that can give added or information on the map that we've laid out with these larger cards. I only need 2 or 3 cards max. Eight of Pentacles upright, Ace of Swords upright. All right, they're giving me way more cards. 2, so Ace of Pentacles in reverse. 7 of Swords in reverse. And the 6 of Swords upright. Okay. 8 of Swords upright is about developing your skills, working very hard at something over a long period of time. Ace of Swords is a breakthrough. Also, another card representing truth. Okay, and a lost opportunity with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Then we have the 7 of Swords in reverse, and this is about getting caught out. Then we have the Six of Swords upright, which is about moving on to calmer waters. Okay. Very, very very, yeah. So, they have this darkness that is responsible, and it's many people in multiple classes, multiple levels of status, all mixed together, all working together for a common goal. That's not good at all. And they have been mastering their skills at this for years. Breakthrough truth. A lost opportunity. So a lost opportunity. There is a lot. So number one, this case was never supposed to get so popular. At all. That was not part of the plan. They really didn't anticipate that. So they had to work extra hard to try to, get away with it. They were also, this lost opportunity card, because of all of the attention that was on the town, they missed a lot of business opportunities because they were so focused on covering everything up, trying to find, trying to control the narrative. And because of all this attention, it's exposing them. People are onto the darkness that never would have been otherwise aware of it if it wasn't for this case. And that is transitioning the case to calmer waters. Allegedly, my opinion. So I'm going to remove these so I have more room. And we're going to pull the minis, and we're going to start adding more details to this map. So what's so cool is that the Modern Goddess Co. created this deck, and the Reckoning Co. created this deck. I think that's so cool. Okay. So help me add more details to the deep buried portion of the map. We're going to pull 4 cards, but one at a time. Surveillance in reverse. Accomplice partner upright. Abuse and neglect in reverse. Imprisonment upright. So, again, extremely clear and self-explanatory, but I'm going to go over it anyway. So, deep buried is multiple people involved, way more than just two. No eyes, no surveillance on these people and these dark doings. Abuse and neglect hidden. All to avoid imprisonment. Okay, let's go on to mass criminal. Get the first mini for this. Oh, God. Underground tunnel in reverse. This card, for me, has to do with Earthling transition. Human going from point A to point B. Death. Man-made disaster, avoidable but in reverse. Frozen and preserved in reverse. So, the mass criminal. This is representing the people that have the most culpability to Abby and Libby's murders. So these were people that were directly there, as well as the people who directly did most of the initial cover-up at the beginning. Okay, so we've got death. That's confirming that they are including the people that physically unalive them. This is bringing in the idea that the reason why they were targeted was for something, a much larger, very dark ring. And that also makes sense to a lost financial opportunity because they died. They weren't able to financially benefit from their original intentions. Allegedly, my opinion. Man-made disaster, avoidable. It was absolutely avoidable. It was absolutely avoidable. A man-made disaster exposed for the world to see. That's why it's in reverse. Frozen and preserved. What was once frozen and preserved and hidden is now in reverse, thawing out, melting. Things are transitioning into, again, water. It's in the flow now. The truth is seeping up to the surface. Some of it anyway. The more we question the more we don't accept the narrative and we push back, the more they're going to shit their pants and the more truth is going to break through to the surface. So keep that in mind. The more attention we give this, the truth, the more it will gain strength to come and bust through and be completely undeniable. I think that is already happening, but there's some people that need literally everything spoon-fed to them. Okay, let's go on with the next minis. Hidden assets. Lies, secret bank accounts, and wealth. Parental figure in reverse. I'm not saying that the parent is culpable. That's not what I'm saying. I think that they are getting financial assistance and it's disguised as something else so they can explain why they're giving these people money. Okay, so like I'm seeing like, oh, victim services type funds, but it's a lot of money. And it's like, I'm feeling them questioning, yeah, like my daughter's case, you know, like, is important. But I feel the parents also questioning, but there's these other people's case that their kids are just as important and they're not getting anywhere close to the money I'm getting. So that tells me that they're deceiving the parents as well. It's not like the parents are in on the darkness and like cashing in on it, right? But I feel like the reason why they're doing this is so that if the parent ever starts questioning and coming back on the other side, they can use it against them. As in making it look like they were paid, like they essentially being able to twist it for blackmail purposes. Allegedly, in my opinion. And that's the way the dark side of wealth works. That's like the way they function in that world. They can twist things to make whatever they want be used against you. Okay, allegedly, my opinion. Let's get the next card. What did I just say? Manipulation. Manipulating the parents. Manipulating everybody. Puppet master. Oh. Let's get the third mini. Witness. Blackmail paid off. I don't need to repeat myself. Okay, let's go for stakeout in reverse. Paper trail in reverse. So there is a paper trail. It's in reverse because I believe that this paper trail is like distorted. So it doesn't appear at first glance of what it is, but you challenge it, you look at it more in depth, you'll start to see some patterns emerging of the distortion. So where they're like lying, basically. So, you know, on first glance, you don't see any connections because it looks like something it's not. Okay. Pattern repetition. This has been going on. They've been doing this process of distorting the truth for so long that it's habitual for them. They can do it with their eyes closed. Do you see all the code on like the reflection of those codes on her face? That was what I was seeing, like files, but when you go to read them, it's not words, it's like distorted symbols, gibberish that does not make any sense. So everything is just set up to look a certain way, but when you actually try to read it, it doesn't make any sense. They truly have so much confidence in the fact that people are asleep, that people aren't really reading things, that people aren't really focusing and understanding. They're so arrogant about that they don't really, it's not hard to look closely and see what they're doing, is what I'm trying to say. And I pulled mental health in reverse as well. Oh my gosh. As well as exposed, stalked, and followed. And like, look at the card. So we've got binoculars on this card. We've got a lens here, like. Ugh, this never gets old. Okay. So, again, the map is for observing. And I was talking about the paper trail. So we just need to observe things open-heartedly, open-minded, with no expectations, assumptions, or judgments. Then we can see things for how they really are. So the hidden assets, they have bank accounts specifically filled with money, specifically to blackmail people and pay them off. Because it's habitual and pattern repetition for them. They have figured out a formula. You do darkness, this is what you do to cover it up. And this is the bank account you use to pay off your assets. Manipulation, gaslighting, control, witness. So the people who have been paid off, the reason why they know that they will not come forward is because they've already accepted the dirty money. So they're no longer innocent. And that's what they use against them. And that's what they explain to them that way. So that they're like, yeah, you're right, I pretty much am fucked, I won't. we need people just in like that micro reading to conjure up the courage, even if they have been paid off. Okay? You are coming forward, and your testimony is going to help transmute that guilty energy. It's not too late to do the right thing at all. You know? Um, but that is what's preventing the case from actually getting proper justice. Okay, let's get a missing variable. Let's get a missing variable for each portion of the map. So, buried deep. Let's get a missing variable for buried deep. That was fast. The ace of spades, the smoking gun, irrefutable evidence that changes everything. Okay, let's put this in the middle. No, let's put this at the bottom right here. Okay, and I'll get my die out. Okay, what part of this card applies to buried deep? You see that? 5. First whispers of a cover-up or a conspiracy. That is the missing variable here. Okay, let's go for the next. Let me have a missing variable for masked criminal. Thank you. Queen of diamonds, keeper of secrets. Hang on one sec. Hey guys, I posted part 2, so don't worry. Just go to part 2 and you'll get the rest of the reading.